It's one of the most iconic circuits on the Formula One calendar. It takes to build and 3 weeks to pull apart, but
welcome everyone today to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I am your host Apex and we are joined by Mezg. Introduce yourself.
Hey, how's it going, guys? How are we doing, Apex?
Not bad. So sorry about the late delay. We're just having some stitch ups with the lobby. But as we see on screen right now, we've got the standings, which we have Nico leaving the driver's standing by quite a nice margin, about 14 points, securing about 2 wins this season, and also Red Bull leading the constructors of Svit and Stormlad. So we'll get back to this, but as we hop into qualifying, a few people are starting to start their laps.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Yeah, Windows is leading the pack right now. First one out in the AlphaTauri. Interested to see who's actually going to nail the lap here, because it's really easy to lose a lot of time around the slow sections in the middle sector.
Yeah, like you said, very grueling track. Sorry, I'm just fiddling around with some settings at the moment. Very grueling track, like you said, by the way. Just knowing it's a street circuit, a lot of drivers might struggle, and the grip levels around here, not being like a normal track where the grip levels could be used from every day, but these are only road cars, so the grip very tricky for some drivers. So we might be seeing a few spins today.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So you got the castle section and that tight it's not really a hairpin, but this corner that Windows just went through, that corner can catch some drivers out if they brake a bit too late.
Yeah, very heavy braking zone going into that corner, and yeah, as you said, can catch a lot of people out. You see Windows, as you see, actually everyone is out on an out lap at the moment, so very keen to go on some laps. As the only person in right now is Bevo. As we see, Windows flying down the main straight, reaching top speeds about 350 kilometers an hour. Excessive pace.
I can tell he's got a skinny wing on that, because he's already hitting 348 kph.
Yeah, so we head him into the first corner. You can see right on that curb, he's pushing the absolute limit of this lap on this banker, but hopefully, as always, he hits the curb a little bit shallow there.
Yeah, not ideal. He
might have lost a bit.
He did lose a bit of time there.
Yeah, and what I was going to mention, by the way, he left his hot lap ERS on, so he might be struggling with ERS towards that long straight towards the end. As a lot of people have actually dove into the pits, as we see an AlphaTauri driver, I think that of Philly and Achuri have come into the pits, so might have been just tweaking their setups, might have been feeling how the car feels. We see Windows go purple, which is most expected. As we
got a Ferrari in a wall, I think.
Let's have a look at that. It doesn't look like it's...
I believe it was Snoop. Snoop-a-loop, rather.
Yes. Yeah, Snoop-a-loop. I think having some graphic setting problems he was telling me about beforehand. We'll just go back onto Windows, who's going to be our first lap setter, to see where he can set for the end of the race. For the end of qualifying. You see very heavy on the brakes going into that corner. Down to second gear, actually, so winning that extra rotation. See here... 16.8 for the middle sector. It doesn't look like ERS chews that much around this track here, so him putting that ERS on...
It will go down a lot now, down the straight.
Yeah. So as you see him come up to the line, let's see what he can set for everyone else left to chase. A 140.8. Quite a nice lap there for Windows.
Not a bad banker.
Not a bad banker. We've also got HK Racing also on a lap. Says he doesn't mind this place, so let's see what he can do. So we've also got a yellow flag. It seems to be an seems to be man of tin. So he might have been aborting his lap. Also, Robbie, the second person to come onto the line. See what he can do. Doesn't look like a very good lap here. 144.6. It doesn't seem like he's had the best lap on that one.
Unfortunately not.
HK is also invalidated. It must have been during the castle section, as we see a lot more people starting to come through on laps here. So Trenny on a lap as well. Looks to be getting a hefty slipstream from the Williams in front of him. So this is going to help. Oh, it's Panache. 140.6. You would expect that to be...
Yeah, we got a lot of cars going down the main straight now. Got a Haas, Rebelets in 5th.
This Red Bull, it seems to be... just came into pitch. Oh, his cross dog has retired. We might have to have a look at that from HK's point of view. Oh, and he's in the middle of the track. As we have Nico has this awesome lap there. So let's just see. Hopefully that doesn't affect...
the S section.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a really odd place to lose it.
Yeah, Snooperloop is... he might have just understood why. The wing setups around the track is very tricky. Just comes to the line. See what he can set here. Doesn't seem to be the perfect lap for Snooper. 141.4. It's not a bad lap there from Snoop. Definitely looks to be people wanting to improve. So you do have a yellow flag in the last sector. There seems to be just windows on his in lap. Storm lad, no. Seems to be everyone that else is on a bankers right now, as we see. Yeah, Trenny coming in.
Ooh.
Is Robbie on another?
Rebel's just hit a wall.
Rebel's just hit a wall. Let's go have a look at that.
Old mate James invalidated his lap, so he's coming in. Yeah.
Oh, Rebel's very screwly on the rear there.
Robbie coming through the S's now, getting a huge slipstream from his teammate.
Awesome team play here. Up 2 seconds. This will put him only about 8th. So hopefully the slipstream from his teammate helps out in his best advantage. As he comes to the line, it will probably only be a 142.4. As he goes 11th, doesn't seem to improve. So Robbie's seeming to be struggling in the streets of Azerbaijan. We also see Achuri is actually on purple.
Yeah,
right now.
first sector.
He clubs that oh, and he spins.
The Costicos hits again. He's into the wall. Hope it doesn't get DSQ'd here, because...
Hopefully he doesn't pull a Raguna or Ragathan. I think that's his name. Forgot. F2 driver. Doesn't know how to do a 360. We also see Svit. Very, very fast this kid is.
Yes.
Coming after gaining the championship in Academy. He comes to Novice in hopes of gaining another championship to be able to move up the ranks. But the boy from Darwin, always in go-karting. You would expect him to be good if you do go-karting, I guess. But yeah, this guy... he's one to watch out for. We hope to see him in elite soon, as we actually see Bevo retire. It looks to be in the pits though, so maybe
did he have
a poly band.
Yeah, must have. That's odd.
Must have, but yeah, Svit seeming to let everyone else do their laps before he does his lap. There's also HK Racing, who's also choosing to go out again after invalidating his run. But yeah, as we will probably want to ride on board of Svit for his lap, and then we'll go chuck on board of HK just to see what Svit can do. As you can definitely tell that he definitely loves his place. As I think someone has said that he's quite quick around here. So we hope to see him challenge Nico, who also 4 attempts in front of his nearest rival. So hopefully that will be a very interesting fight for the top 3.
But right now we've only got 2 people on outlaps, the Ferrari and the Red Bull. And I think Savit is about to start his lap now, going down the main straight. And we got a whole bunch of cars coming out of the pit at the same time, so this might be a bit of trouble for Savit. I think HK is going to have a clear road for a while. Right. Savit nails the first corner, gets a good exit. Clean turn 2 as well. Minor wheel spin, but gets through nicely.
Sorry, I'm just
it's all good.
Experiencing an audio issue at the moment. Sorry, I don't mean to delay the lap.
Hitting all the apexes, getting really good exits. I think he's on for a banger right now. Going through the little chicane. Oh, hits the curb, not ideal, but still manages to maintain the pace. Does go purple in the first sector. Ooh, just keeps it within track limits. Gets a bit of wheel spin onto the castle section.
So there's a yellow flag up in front. I think
no, they're giving way.
Rebelets. Right, let me just...
Looks like there's an Alpha Tauri in the last sector. just before the S's.
Sorry, I'm just trying to fix some audio issues. I've heard the sound is quite delayed at the moment. Actually, he is purple at the moment. 15.8 for the middle sector. He is on a flyer at the moment. So this kid looking to actually challenge up there Nico for pole. Comes to the line. What do you think this will be? Do you think he will take provisional pole? Or do you think he's going to go?
This is going to be close. I think it should be pole. I'm thinking, but
yeah, let's see if he can get into the 39s. He looks to be trying to get closer there.
Yeah.
A 140.1, and yes, he does go
just
provisional pole.
half a tenth in it from Nico.
A lovely lap. HK Racing seems to be on a lap. It looks to be that he's run out of ERS coming to the line.
He would just have enough.
Just have enough. He goes goes P6 ahead of his teammates. So a nice lap there from HK Racing to be able to get back up there after his validation on his first banker. So yeah.
So who else is on? I think Nameless just put in a time of no, they're starting his lap.
Yep.
The Alpine driver keeps it nice and tidy through there, not using all the circuit.
Yep.
Anyway, this track, it's all in the middle sector where the time is. You can, like, the little chicane and then the castle section. And then, like,
if you gain in the middle sector, you should be fine.
Yeah. I mean, at least in TT, that's what or in qualifying, that's what all the time is. So in the race, I think you'll be okay. As long as you stay close enough, you just claw it all back down the straight.
Yeah. A lot of people seem to abuse that hairpin there going into the castle section. He's actually gained a lot of time there, being able to cut over it. As we see, Nameless short shifting up a few gears. As we see him come to a few lap, we'll go have a look. As we also see Snoopaloop on out lap, warming those tyres. HK on an in lap. Hawk Trio is actually on a lap right now. He's just 3 temps up. So if he can put this lap in, he should be able to go in front of Stormlad and Windows. So also like to mention Stormlad also having a nice lap there. See Hawk Trio taking the outside line, so not going the shortest line, but he does go P4 there, so he does jump in front of him. 2 temps clear on his previous lap. So nice lap there from Hawk Trio to put himself up in the top 4. So also see Nico looking to try and take back provisional pole from his nearest rival Svit, as we do have another yellow flag. It looks to be a Heart of Rebelets. As we also have a spin, it seems to be Robbie coming out of the castle section. A very tricky section for these drivers who seem to be struggling at the moment. So hopefully Robbie can get back to the pits, chuck on a new set and get out there as quick as possible.
Yeah, now I think everyone's going to start improving as the track rubbers up.
Well, as he goes into the wall there, actually.
Who was that?
Got a bit of that. Robbie.
Oh, no. It's the Williams.
No, the McLaren.
There's a Williams that just parked it on the pit lane, I think. Pit lane exit.
I think that would have been a Churi, yeah, on a lap. So we also have another yellow flag. It looks to be, is it man at 10? Yeah, as I'm pretty sure. He looks to be coming back to the pits. Looks like he's actually out of fuel. We have it.
Is the audio fixed, by the way?
I've tried fixing it. I don't actually know how to fix it. It said it's just delayed. Do you want me to leave and then join, see if it fixes it?
I don't know if that will fix it, because it's...
Yeah, so it seems to be that Nameless is aborted out of his lap, actually. So Nameless seeming to come back to the pits, as I do think everyone else will be going into the garage right now. So we see Rebelers. A lot of people running out of fuel. So a lot of people not putting in much as fuel as they needed.
Well, Nico is 4 tenths up on his lap at the moment.
Let's have a look at him, sorry.
Yeah.
So Nico will definitely be dipping into 39s here.
Yeah.
It looks to be actually even getting a tow out of this Mercedes. He's low on fuel here. I think that would have been too dangerous for Nico. So as he goes
I think
to the line.
He's running out of juice down the straight. He's going to lose a bit of time.
A 39.7. A lovely lap there from Nico.
Excellent, yeah.
What can Svit do to answer that? Lovely lap. As we also see HK Racing has also gone out. As always, Snoopaloop goes into P3. So an awesome lap there from Snoop. Be able to pinpoint off Panache. As everyone else is starting to dig out of the pits now.
Yeah.
Nico,
I
now he's
think
in
the
lap.
next driver that's about to start their lap is HK. Just going through the castle section now.
Yep. He's been very unlucky this season, HK has been. He's always got a good spirit, always brings a great vibe to the team. So, always hope for HK to get an awesome result. But, yeah, things haven't gone his way this season, this year pretty much. So, I hope that he can borrow back those woes this race, get a podium or get up near the top. So, yeah.
He generally does better in the race than he does in qualifying. So, and I think with this track being a street circuit and very likelihood of people doing dive bombs and some really strange moves, good chance of getting a good result with a lot of safety cars.
Yeah.
As he approaches turn 1, gets a nice clean exit.
So he's very smooth. It was
A bit of a
very
wobble
lovely
there,
there.
but
Yeah.
there's a lot of yellow flags going on.
Yeah, a lot of people allowing people through. See him come through. Oh, as he goes very deep there. Seems to look like he's actually locked up. Yeah, but he has aborted there. It's very unfortunate. It looks to be having a really good first 2 corners, but seem to have locked up a bit there. Very unfortunate there for HKs. We also see a lot more people. The lap seems to be that Snoopalip has run out of fuel. And a lot more people. Windows now on a lap. 5 minutes.
Yes. Old mate James is also on a lap right now.
Yep.
Who else? Robbie, HK is boarded when Windows. Everyone else is still on the out lap. There's a bit of a pile up.
Oh yeah, the final corner. See how that looks at the moment. Who seems to be involved in that? It seems to be Hawk Trio and Stormlad, and also HK Racing is also coming along. So that you see he's saving ERS, getting ready for his final run. So we've only got 1 minute and 23 seconds left. Track will be all rubbered in. Let's see what people can do as we see Svit on a lap right now. Doesn't seem to have improved there, but seems to be going on his lap right now. As everyone else is on laps except Snoop and Nico. So if Nico thinking he's comfortable up... Oh, as we see Svit actually clobbered the wall there. So Nico thinking he's comfortable on provisional pole at the moment. Doesn't think Svit can catch him, but let's see where he is in the first sector. It's only a 10th up, so he needs a very good middle sector if he wants to challenge Nico, who's 4 tenths in front of him. Oh, I heard someone hit the wall actually there. Was that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Old Mate James.
I hope not.
Old Mate James is actually... Yeah. Old Mate James is actually on a really good lap at the moment. Let's see what he can do here.
There's a lot of traffic through the castle section right now, and I'm expecting a few tickets from qualifying.
Yeah,
that's really odd. See.
Yeah, we'll just have a look here. Jesus, yeah. As you see, a lot of people seem to be aborting their lap. Reblitz has aborted. So we have another yellow flag. Seems to be... Yeah.
Nico provisional pole.
See what Svit can do. Svit is actually purple right now, so he's 2 temps up. Let's see
but
what
that's
he
not
can
enough.
do.
He
Coming
needs
to the line.
4.5.
He needs 4. If he had put through... Well, his Trenny's actually retired. It seems to be in the castle section while on his laps. So very unfortunate there for Trenny. Or as we see Panache back up into P3. As we see Svit come to the line 1 tenth off. So Nico just pips him to pole. So Nico is on provisional pole. Can anyone cancel out? So he actually looks to be having a spin in the last sector. As Windows seems to have aborted. Reblitz and all that have aborted. HK seems to be on a lap at the moment, but doesn't seem like he's going to improve.
You just got to try to finish this lap. Oh, 10th place.
3 tenths down.
Not too bad. The midfield's very tight at the moment, but it looks like Nico and Svit just a class ahead at the moment, class above.
I think the only person is... Mez, is the live delayed, by the way? A lot of people are saying that we're having audio issues at the moment.
Let's see. If there is an audio delay, there is.
Yep. so we need to fix that. Yeah, just in the meantime though, as Robbie comes to the line, sitting in last place of the people who have actually done a time. He actually seems to look like he might improve. He might dip into the 41s, and yeah, he does, but doesn't seem to be able to get old mate James, sadly. So that is the end of qualifying for today. So I think we've just got Windows who's out of fuel yet.
I think that's everyone. All my jets. He's coming into the pits. As in, stop streaming Discord.
Yep. Alright. So we head into the race now. Nico on the front row with Svit. So as everyone else chooses their strategy and their fuel, we'll just wait for the 5 red lights.
Alright. 5 red lights.
Alright.
And we go. Good start from the Williams. Red Bull had a terrible start, then gets overtaken by the Aston Martin going around the outside. Gets pushed wide. I think the Alpha Tauri's got a good exit as well. SV fighting with Windows and Panache for that P2 spot. Gets ahead, and the Alpha Tauri's right round. There might be damage there. Not sure. But Nico gets away cleanly.
Has made contact with Windows there. Everyone else seems to be getting away a bit cleanly, but yeah, bit of a scruffy start with the front, as we do see Nico also stretching at his lead. 1.7 seconds already, so an awesome getaway for Nico. Svit bogging down, it seems to be at the start, as we see a bit of overtaking at the back between Manatin and Old Man James. Oh, it's like, oh, sorry, that was Nameless, guys. They get a bit argy-bargy on the curbs there. So, biggest losers out at the start there, Windows, who has taken a spin at turn 2. Now, the infamous castle section of the CO. Oh, as we see Reblitz, what is he doing? Reblitz has seemed to have locked up and hit Hulk Tree, it seems. Oh, it's a bit of lifting right now with HK, so a bit of an incident. Oh, as we have a virtual safety car, it seems. Oh, so there's a bit of contact there for Robbie in the wall. Oh, as he spins and loses his front wing.
Robbie.
There's a bit of a roadblock at the moment through the castle section.
I think at this point you're allowed to do a reset to track, buddy. Common sense prevails here.
So Robbie doing his 3-point turn there, trying to get out. It's a full safety car.
Yeah, because he was parked.
Oh, as we see a Mercedes actually. Oh, there's a Mercedes actually in the wall. It's Hawk Trios. So Hawk Trios actually hit the barrier. And
some strange things going on. Everyone losing it on their own. Cold tires, but
also, yeah. A Chori also is not a front wing attached to that car. So
you know what I've just realized?
Actually missed there.
Panache is on a hard tires. So I think he's got a good strategy here. If he can stay with the guys ahead of him, he can get a good overcut on the guys ahead.
Yeah, it seems to me that Rebelitz is boxing as well, who did start on the hards. I don't know if the hards are actually a good car to start with, but the rears on the mediums by lap 11 are terrible. It's about 55%. They're not good. So as we see Rebelitz coming, yep, definitely in for a front wing change. Also an Alfa Romeo coming in. Oh, and a Churi. A lot of people are boxing. Trenny as well, who seems to have just come out of his box. See Hawk Trio and Robbie opting for a different strategy of the soft. So a different strat there for the McLaren and Mercedes drivers. They'll definitely be on maximum push. Or as we see Rebelitz on cold tyres. Nearly thought he hit the wall there for a second. So yeah, very scruffy getaway. Any words you would like to say?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of strange incident. They went 3 wide into turn 2, and then Windows goes right round. Lucky for them, safety car comes out. But there's only 3 hard runners at the moment.
Yeah, and also I'd like to mention about the HK up 4 positions on the start there, so right with his teammate now. So lovely start there for HK. Seemed to have gotten past, I think it was Rebelitz, Hawk Trio, and Windows. He seemed to have had a very annoying start, if that makes sense, or getting damage. Yeah, now Nico's lead has been cut down, but I think we'll be under safety car for only a few laps. I think it'll be in next lap as the field's not that much spread out, so it'll be very interesting on the safety car restart to see how these drivers react after the first start.
Oh, there's definitely going to be a slipstream battle on the restart. And I think throttle lock will come into play.
Oh. Nico just hit the wall there, actually.
Oh.
So Nico's just hit the... Oh, Nico's hit the wall again.
I think that was a bit of an angry one. That was... And he's lagging or what? Because that was odd.
I don't know, but yeah, he's just hitting the wall twice, and it seems to be, yeah, he's actually coming into the pits.
Yeah, okay, that was an angry hit to the wall.
So it seems to be that while warming up his tyres has accidentally gone into the barriers. So he'll probably be a bit annoyed that we caught that on stream, but very unfortunate there for Nico. So very weird mistake, but I guess we've all once done it, which moves to both the Ferrari boys up in a P4 and 5, Stormlap on the 3rd, and Panache up in the 2nd, and of course Fit taking the lead. So Nico actually drops down all the way to, it looks to be about 17th, so he has got a mission ahead of him if he wants to be in the points again towards the end of the race. But you got to remember, it is Azerbaijan. Anything can happen with this track. Yeah. So
they're very likely to get another safety car. I mean, if someone decides to send it through the castle section, you most definitely will get a safety car.
Yeah. Mez, be honest here. Would you drive the safety car if you got offered the opportunity?
Well, in real life? Yes. Who wouldn't? That thing's quick.
Good point. Aston Martin. Oh, it says actually. Oh, Stormlight's actually spun on the safety car.
No, that's a bit embarrassing.
He's also gotten damage as well. It seems to be. He's actually. Oh, what is happening right now? This is gonna.
He's backing up the pack. I think. I don't understand.
It looks like a shopping mall on Christmas car park. So that was not the most prettiest thing. Yeah, it seems to be. If we could just get a better view of his front wing. Yeah.
He lost the left end plate.
Out. Yeah, big chunk taken out. So he must have hit the wall there, which promotes Philly. Actually, how many positions has Philly gone up? Because I remember he didn't have a great qualifying. He's definitely gone up a lot of positions here. 12 positions for Philly. That is a start if I've ever seen one. Awesome job there from Philly, moving up into P5 from it seems to be P17. So who are we happy? Oh, as we get safety car confirmation that is in this lap, so that will affect Stormlad drastically, as we just want to see Savit as he leads the way on the final straight, and let's see how many people are going to use their entire battery. Thinking it's do or die into the final corner. Are people actually going to? Do you think people will play it smart, or do you think people are just going to try and get that move out of the way as quick as possible?
I think early on they're going to get the moves done straight away, as there is no DRS for the first couple laps. So, and the fact that there's 2 long straights before mid sector 1. So, and SV gets a great getaway there. Catches Panache napping a bit.
There's a bit of position change towards the end there, but a very nice getaway. For all the front runners. I think it seems to be that Panache on cold tires struggling, as we see Snoop and HK right on the rears. Also, Philly is looking feisty on HK's rear there, so we actually do have a lot of position change towards the back here. As we see Trini go a bit deep there, nearly hitting the back of Bevo. There's a lot of people here. As we see a spinner in the background, seems to be Robbie, and Robbie has hit the wall.
Oh, no.
So Robbie's days go from bad to worse, as we see.
Seeing a lot of
Nico
overtakes
already
happening
making
there.
up
Ferrari of
positions.
HK's just been gone through the escape road there.
Oh. HK, that's not the track, mate.
Can't park
Come on,
there,
get back on
sir.
it, buddy. Yeah, can't park there. Oh, that is a 3-point turn if I've ever seen one. Come on, back on the track, mate.
SV's
Be
now
careful
pulled
on the
away
rejoin
1.4
here.
seconds from Panache. SV getting a bit of a tank slapper there.
Sorry, I should be looking at that. I'm wondering at HK's 3-point turn. So it seems to be that SV also having a tyre advantage and a little bit more grip with the safety car helping. Seems to be massively pulling away from Panache there. So I'm surprised if Snooperloop will be trying to shape up an overtake in the coming laps. Knowing that he's on a better tyre compound, he might try and see if he's faster. But at the moment, it seems to be that Panache is holding up his pace brilliantly. And also Philly has got lovely pace as well. So a lot of people who are not the best qualifying, Philly, Manitin, Nameless guy, doing well. So we have a yellow flag. It seems to be a massive squabble of cars
What's going on in that middle pack? They're all going side by side. Bevo's leading that little pack right now. They got 2 Williams behind him, Nico and Ashuri.
Oh, so we got another safety car. So it seems to actually be that HK Racing has spun and lost his entire front wing. So HK from a great start has now dropped all the way down to last.
Man,
so he definitely
the
will not
Ferrari
be
pit wall heard that
happy about
Bernardo was
one.
leaving, so they decided to just spin around. What's going on?
Robbie, what's happening with Robbie? Here you can see. I think it's just his delta, but yeah, Robbie also no front wing. HK and HK's gone into the wall. So HK has DNF'd. So oh,
My man.
and
is
also
out.
Churi's actually
left.
Churi's actually hit the wall on the pit entry, as I think we just seen by Stormlight's POV.
No, please don't tell me.
He's hitting the wall on the pit entry. So as we see, yeah, so that's how he DNF'd. As you can see, his Williams car on the track map down to my bottom right. He's just sitting there. So the race goes from weird to just completely out of this world. So still got 21 laps to go. So
We've only had what, a couple of green lap racing. So there's a lot to play for. I think this kind of works in the hands of the hard runners. But but
it also might help the medium runners here as well, because the medium runners a little bit less like wear on the tires, because they're only going like a quarter of the pace they go while like in full race pace. You can see the medium runners will be able to save their tires a bit easier now.
But it is a real limited circuit, so you tend to feel the loss of grip more than you would at other circuits. This track in next week at Canada, it will be similar. The rear just is all about the rear tires, so if you can keep them healthy as long as you can.
The rears around here is just ridiculous how bad the tire wear is. So if you could just keep those rears like to where you feel comfortable, you should be in for a great shot at the top spot.
Yeah, that's where the balance of straight line speed and downforce come in, right?
Yeah, so we should be having safety car in at lap 6, as we're just waiting for the 2 McLaren boys who are coming. Do you think Robbie might be going to the end?
Robbie, I think it's feasible.
And same as Manitin. Do you think Manitin, that was a scheduled pit stop? Also, he's actually coming in with Trenny here.
They're gonna go for.
I don't know what strategy.
I
can see the McLaren boys.
Was there a wing? There's a wing damage. That's why.
There's wing damage for Trenny, and what is it for Manitin as well? Yes, it is.
Some
so
reason
Manitin will be
he's
boxing
not
onto the
on my screen. There's no car there.
So a lot of people moving positions everywhere. So yeah, very eventful first 5-6 laps. So hopefully, if we just waiting for
I'm
the
just
McLaren driver,
gonna get my Aston Martin bias out for this. I'm hoping Panache does well.
Yeah. All good, mate. All good. I'll give him screen time. You know. Yeah, as we have Bevo across the pit lane, actually gets a 5-second penalty. Very easy to do at this track. She understeer wide with that 90-degree corner on cold tyres. It's very easy. And I heard a lot of people do struggle with the pit exit here. Do you think safety car will be in this lap? Or
it should be, because the section is really slow. I think the Bevo should be able to catch up.
Yeah. Always rooting for Manitin to do well. Always want him to always get a great performance. Great guy, Manitin. Same as Snoopaloop. So I'm very biased towards my mates in this because there's a lot of them in Novice. But yeah, very good group or bunch of people in Novice, all wanting to get up into Prodigy, all big heads and all want to just, you know, do well, if that makes sense. But yeah, so just waiting. I don't actually think safety car will be in this end of this lap.
It's going to be late call. It's going to be soon. All depends on Bevo, but if Bevo keeps it nice and slow, it's going to be another lap.
It seems to be that Bevo is keeping it nice and slow, but he's not going very fast here, actually. Has he got a delta, or because
he will get it if he's close? And I don't know. It works weird. Sometimes you get none, sometimes you do.
It doesn't look like he's had always just hit the barrier.
Well,
and lost his front wing. So Bevo, as said before, today goes from bad to worse. He looks to be...
I don't understand how you're risking it under safety car.
He was going really slow as well, so that's what surprised it. Oh, he gets very close to the wall there. He was going really slow, so that's what even surprises me. And I think he was going really slow, so the safety car didn't actually come in. But yeah, as we see, he will be boxing the end of this lap. But safety car will most indefinitely be in by the end of this lap, so he's going to have to really hurry up with his stint. So if he doesn't hurry up, he's going to be getting that throttle lock, and he'll be very far behind, probably well over like 10, 15 seconds. So he serves his 5 second as well. So yeah, that's going to hamper him even more. So he's going to have to push out the exit of this corner. I'm sorry, this lap. So it's going to be very tricky for Bevo to catch up. We'll have a look at the position changes here. Philly, as mentioned, biggest gainers. Also, old mate James doing lovely here. Up 8 positions. Also, Crosstalk up 8 positions. The Mercedes, he gets another 5 second penalty. So
he's retiring, I think. No?
Is he? No.
What is he doing?
What's happening here? Maybe locked up on cold tires. It was pretty easy for it, but yeah, we'll leave him in his natural habitat. But yeah, as said before, the top top 7 actually all up positions. Reblitz with that 3 second pen. Nico, very good comeback, up already into P8. So it looks to be just trying to get through the people who have gotten front wing damage, such as like Windows, Crossdog, Hawk Trio, Stormlad, all those ones that got front wing damage. But yeah, hopefully we can have a very clean getaway unlike last time, where we had a few people in the walls. We will get confirmation. Yep, safety car is in this lap, so Bevo, as said, about 43 seconds behind, a little bit more than I expected.
Safety car in this lap, huh?
Yep, so as we see, Svit's leading the way. See what he can do. He's done it before, so he's just going to do it again, but let's see if Panache can actually recall what he did last time. I think
Panache needs to get onto the back of him ASAP. At this point, forget about warming up your tyres. Just get it on.
Yeah, and he's got to think. He's on the hards here, so he's got to do a little bit more warming up than all the other runners. So another person to mention is Snoop and Philly, who seem to already look like their tyres have warmed up. Seem to just be on that direction. So Vic goes. And it seems to be that Philly has actually got a really good jump. Panache is also right on his rear.
Oh,
will he try to have a look into turn 1?
This is going to be a bit of a dive if he goes for it. Yeah.
So, as we have Old Mate Joe down the inside of Nameless Guys. As Nameless Guy and Philly both go a bit wide there. It's a massive squabble of cars going to turn 2 here. How will this work?
A Haas and Alpha Terry Alpine. Oh my god. I'm surprised there's no wings lost there.
As we have another spins in the background. Seems to be
another McLaren.
It's
and a Mercedes and Aston Martin. All British cars.
It's a bit of a
oh my god.
car park out there. So turn 2, once again claiming more victims, but we'll get back to the racing because we have still a yellow flag.
Oh, there comes Bevo. Overtakes the other McLaren.
Oh, so we have another yellow flag. It seems to be a Mercedes of Hawk Trio.
Oh no.
So a very rough getaway for the backfield. As we also see, Panache goes a little bit deep there going to the hairpin. Snoopaloop is now right on the rear of Panache and seems to be trying to get an overtake, as we see go very cautious through the castle section, not risking this early in the Grand Prix to rip off your front wing. But yeah, Snoopaloop looks to be very cautious at the moment. Doesn't seem to be pushing the car to where I know he can push that car. So I think he's just trying to realize this is a marathon, not a sprint. And I think he's trying to just get that car to the end, thinking that he's seen that Nico and all that have already dove into the pits with front wing damage. If he keeps it out of the walls, he's in for a good chance of podium.
I'm
Maybe
scared
even
of what's
winning
going to
this.
happen down the straight. There's Philly, Snoop, Panache, Old Mate James, Reblitz, and Nico all like in their own battles there.
I'll have a look here. It seems to be that Philly will actually look to try and overtake him. He's actually going to get it done fairly quickly. Doesn't seem to be that Snoop's actually going to hold up a fight. I think he realizes that Philly's really
I don't understand why they're not going for the slipstream. Just
I think
for as long as he can and then dive down. No, he decides against it.
Or is it? I thought it was 3 wide there for a second. That's awesome.
the hassle
Rebels
of
goes down the inside of
Rebels.
Old Mate James.
Or going around the
Holding
outside,
my
gets
breath
forced
here.
to take the curb.
Oh, and through goes Nico. Oh, Nico and Reblitz make contact.
Squirmy there.
So you got a yellow flag in the background. It seems to be Nameless has gone off into the runoff road.
Oh dear. Two Alpha Taris side by side.
This is going to end well. Oh,
it's a
Rebels
bit of a
goes
dive.
down the inside. Oh,
Contact.
it's a bit of contact.
Looks like Windows did hit the wall there on the exit.
Reblitz may not have gotten damaged there. He was just bullied around there by a
From
few
turn
cars. But
1, he
Nico,
was in what, 5th, and then suddenly he's in 8th after 5 turns.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Poor Reblitz, man. As we see, he actually looks to be trying to go for a move on Old Mate
he's
James.
pushing him down through the
Gives him a bit of a kiss.
section.
Nico's pushing Windows through here as we have another yellow flag.
And
It seems
Aston
to be
Martin's
made
gone
at
down the
10.
escape road in turn 2.
A lot of people actually not liking the braking zones here.
Just turn
As
on
Nico-
ABS, guys. Come on.
Oh, be quiet, you ABS user. You make me disgusted, you foul human being. Nah. Getting back to the racing though, Nico now so closely on the back of Windows. Oh, he has a bit of a moment there. Struggling in the dirty air here, but Nico needs to get going as quick as possible if he wants any chance of trying to challenge Svit. But we do know that Nico is the fastest at this track at the moment, putting it on pole position.
Panache is catching SV right now. He's 4/10 now. He might actually get to overtake. He's juicing a lot though. He's juicing a lot.
SV's actually going to.
Oh, SV's in the pits. Did he get damage?
I don't know, but I think he might. We'll have a look here. Sorry, there's a bit of overtaking going on at the moment, but
I'll keep an eye on SV.
Yeah, he has got damage.
Oh no!
As we've actually got Rebels going around the outside.
Old Mate James is around.
Old Mate James is in the pits. As Nameless guys retired with Hawk Trio into where
Another safety
has that
car.
happened?
Did actually terrible timing for SV. Terrible
Also,
timing.
Terrible timing for Panache as well, who's on the hard.
No, I think he can keep going.
So where did Nameless guy and Hawk Trio DNF?
Very good question, sir.
Do you see them on my map?
No, it's not on the map. So, yeah, no idea.
Alright, I'm gonna be honest. Imagine they went side by side into the pits.
Oh, it's actually crazy what's going on right now.
We're gonna need confirmation on what has actually happened to cause this last safety car.
I'm gonna have to check the Twitch chat. SV hit a walls according to Zakov.
Yep, thank you, Zakov. So that must have been for the unplanned safety car.
But lucky for SV, he does get an opportunity to catch up to the pack. Kind of cancel at that. The Ferrari or Snoop will be pitting, so is the AlphaTauri Windows. Nico.
Everyone is coming into the box at the moment.
Yeah, so it's just Panache is also in, or okay. I think Panache is gonna go long on his compound, but he's gonna pray for another safety car after this. But he maintains P3, and the guys ahead of him are on old medium, so effectively he's still in first place.
Yeah. Sorry, I had a bit of people come into my room, known as a brother, so I had to mute up for a thing. Hopefully I'm...
It's all good.
But, sorry about that. But yeah, Crosstalk actually hasn't pitted there. Oh, he has, but seems to have pitted lap 1, same as Stormlad. But Panache is the biggest winner, but Panache will be struggling massively. He can't go to the end on mediums, and his strategy that we all thought would probably win him the race is probably going to lose him the race, because he can't go to the end on a pair of mediums, knowing that they are nearly 50% after doing 11 laps with them. If he wants to take him to the end, those final 4 laps are just going to be grueling for him. So he's going to have to save those tyres massively if he wants any chance of getting a podium or even getting to the end of this race.
Yeah, I'll be putting
so
that
the main person,
diff really low, just to save extra tyre.
Yeah, and the main person who I would think to be actually in the hot shot right now is Philly, coming from 17th place. Knowing that heaps of people have had massive problems. Also, Nico back up into seems to be P3.
Yeah.
Not P4. But yeah, Trenny also coming back up. Only 5 laps on the hard, so it doesn't seem to be that bad.
I mean, it technically should still be able to take it to the end, but that grip was going to drop towards the end. Probably going to get another lap, at least, of safety car, while we wait for the 2 McLarens and the Aston Martin to catch up.
Yeah.
We've only got 14 runners left.
Yeah, and Baku doing Baku things, claiming a lot of victims at the moment.
So right now we got Nameless Guy retiring, Hawk Trio, Shuri, and HK. The only 2 drivers with penalties at the moment is Reblitz and Trenny.
Reblitz got a penalty on the first lap, I'm pretty sure, after he completely cut the corner.
It's a 5-second penalty. I believe he can't serve it, no?
Yep.
Reblitz got a corner cutting penalty, I believe. He might be able to get that removed depending on the situation, because it happened really early in the race.
Yeah, and he may or may not, because I know he locked up and he hit was it Nico? Who did he hit?
Yeah, not too sure.
Yes, but yeah, you can just see a lot of people struggling at this track, it seems. And what do you think Crosstalk's strat might have been? Because he's been on those tyres for 10 laps. Do you think maybe he's just trying to push them out, go softs for the last 6 laps? Because he's definitely going to be struggling on tyre wear, so...
I think he's kind of relying on another safety car.
And he might get it too.
Very likely. It is going to be hectic on the restart.
As we've seen.
So far, we haven't had any DRS running yet, if I'm not mistaken.
We haven't had... Yeah. No, we did have some.
Maybe 1 or 2 at most. Because this is the 3rd safety car.
DRS, yeah.
We've only had probably 6... no, maybe even less than 6 laps of running.
We've had 4, because the safety car came out, was it last lap? We're about lap 10. We've had about 3 laps worth of actual green flag racing. So these guys definitely, their tyre wear is not going to be that bad, I guess. So
yeah, safety car should be coming in this lap. So if I were these guys, be getting us 4 tyres nice and toasty before the restart. Panache should be able to get a good release onto the restart. But if I was Stormlad, I'll be waiting very, very late to restart the race.
Yeah, a lot of people are actually realising that the safety car will be in this lap. I think we're about to get confirmation.
Just waiting for the McLaren to catch up.
It's going to be a very late safety car, so these hard runners are going to have to start warming up now. There it is.
Yeah.
As we see, nearly Panache hits the rear, but Panache will be having to try to get in front of these guys. The dirty around this track is going to kill those mediums. So he's going to just have to push, and push massively if he wants to get in front of these 2. So let's just wait and see what Stormlight does. So hopefully Stormlight gets a good getaway. As you see Philly really close on the rear of Panache, wanting to get away as everyone else coming in.
Ooh, there's a bit of they're doing the Max Verstappen on Hamilton on the safety car restart.
Stormlight goes. Gets a very good getaway there. Caught a lot of people out, even Crossdog himself and Panache and Philly. So here we go. Let's see what we can do. We also have another overtake. Seems to be Nico seems to have dove down the inside of Snooperloop. There's a lot of debris onto the front corners. Heaps of people spinning. It seems to be Svit and Old Mate James and
Reblitz and Bevo caught up in that one.
A lot of damage there into the first corner. So, sorry I didn't get to catch that. Also, the two McLarens have just struggled all race, and now back into the points. So, anything can happen, it shows in F1, as we also see Nico now so close on the back end of Philly. He will be in the hot shot to win this race. He is one of the fastest people out there on this track at the moment, and nothing's in his way except those 4 other competitors. So let's just see what he can do. I think we're just seeing... Oh, is Panache actually locked up a bit there, trying to go for an overtake, it seemed. Stormlad... Oh, Stormlad's actually clapped at the wall there at the castle section. But yeah, he's gotten a really good getaway after the safety car. So he just needs to keep that now. But Crossdog seems to be actually really fast and catching a bit. But
we
have another yellow flag. It seems to be actually Manitin. So I think he's just waiting to rejoin safely. Which, sadly, Manitin, who's doing well, but seems to have sadly spun coming out of the castle section.
Or using the ERS through the S section is not wise. But let's go.
Here we go, Panache.
All over the back of the Alfa Romeo.
Nicely done. Seems to be that Crossdog will try to help out his teammate now, who's being overtaken by Nico. It's just an ERS battle. Nico's actually draining his entire battery down to 40%. Will he go deep here? No, he does not. Crossdog has a big moment there. Nico looks to try and go for an overtake.
Goes defensive.
Crossdog goes defensive here.
Still
pushes him.
As he
hits
the wall.
He's pushing him.
Gets a better exit.
Philly also gets a better exit.
That's the fresh tyres for you.
Yeah, you can see that Crossdog has just backed out there. And he's done a marvelous job there defending Nico, but hopefully didn't actually give him damage, because
that's a lot of ERS used, in my opinion, for Nico.
Yeah, and Nico, I think, should have not risked that. I think he would have realised that maybe the ERS...
At this point, I think you commit to just dumping ERS to catch up to Panache. If he can stay within ERS, he's on a chance to win the race from here.
Yeah, and he knows he's fast, because he's Nico, I think Philly might have grabbed a warning there. We know he's fast, but knowing that Philly, the other competitor right behind him, has doubled his ERS, but seems to be a bit struggling on the brakes there. We see Nico linking those corners together beautifully, gets a better exit, makes the gap about 8 tenths now. But yeah, Panache really closed in the gap on Stormlight quickly. So you can see the tire degradation around here is really bad, as we see Stormlight seems to have
this is going to be an easy overtake for Panache. Stormlight is struggling on the exits at the moment.
Yeah, and Panache needs to get past this guy as quick as possible. You can see he goes purple there. He needs to get past Stormlight as quick as possible here. Oh yeah, just
Nico.
Tire difference.
Nico wasn't dumping. I'm surprised. You already committed. You should have kept them going.
Yes, sorry, I saw an overtake. I think Windows actually overtook there, but Panache, as we thought, has gone straight around the outside. It goes fastest lap there and overtakes Stormlad, but also Philly has gotten past Nico, which we seem to have missed. As Nico goes for the switchback here, he does put some ERS on. He tries to go for an overtake into turn 2 here.
Does he squeeze him? I think he might have.
Give him a bit of a squeeze there, but there's nothing that can't do. But yeah, Philly now still in the DRS. Doesn't seem to be juicing, as I think he knows he's got more ERS.
Is DRS activated right now?
Yeah, DRS is activated.
That would have been some DRS help there.
Yeah, but yeah, Stormlight's not that far behind of Panache, but I think it's just the middle sector.
Yeah.
The grip difference is just massive, because you can see he was able to stay because of the fact that he had the DRS. But yeah.
If I was Philly, I'd be just saving this ERS.
Look in the back of the pack at the moment. Just see Crossdog's also boxed. Seem to have boxed for another pair of mediums. So I don't know what strategy he's thinking of trying tonight. Just see Rebel, it's quite far behind. Very unfortunate him running in the top 5, but then being just caught up in incidents, which yeah.
Oh, Nico's lost 2 seconds to Panache.
That's gonna really hurt him here. And with only 11 laps to go, he actually hits the wall there.
Any damage on the wing there? It looks okay, but it might even just be like a light yellow.
Yeah, and it seems to be he's pushing. He wants to try and catch up to Stormlight to try and get that DRS. But I think Stormlight's actually used a lot of battery here.
If I was Panache, I wouldn't be bothered.
Panache's a bit scared.
He has to pit.
Yeah, but
you don't. You just don't race this guy too hard.
I think he realizes that, and Panache seems to be running a lower downforce setup and seems to just absolutely kill him in the straight. See, Philly goes down the inside of Nico. Nico tries and goes around the outside here. Later on the brakes, it seems. seems to be that Nico will grab the DRS for the next straight. Will Philly try and give him a bit of a bump? Or as he goes for the lovely switchback, Philly gives him a bit of a bump there. But look who's in the background. Snoopaloop, he has actually regained DRS, and so is Windows. So those two are actually now in the fight for the top three for the podium.
Yeah,
so
they need to work together at this point instead of fighting so hard. If they want to catch Panache, they got to work. Because now it's 3 seconds off. Now
they've realised that they've just lost heaps of time fighting. That they've just like hurt themselves, and now they're battling someone else.
Because if Panache gets out of DRS of Stormlad, which is very likely now, through the castle section with the superior grip. We got a yellow flag, and Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo at the back. Crossdog and Manitin have made contact at the end of that the second straight, DRS straight.
Yeah.
Stormlad is now out of DRS range. Nico has caught up a little bit to the middle sector. Looks like he's very confident in the middle sector compared to the other drivers.
This Philly actually really hurt himself in that curb there. And I think he might actually lose DRS to Nico here, which will actually really hurt him towards the end of the race. But he is using a lot of battery here. Has lost quite a bit. So now he's only about 18% more, but has gained the DRS. Because I think he's realising that the posing threat behind is Snoopaloop. But Snoopaloop needs to realise that Windows is right behind him. He doesn't seem to be juicing. Seems to be playing a bit smart here. Does he look to try and go for an overtake there? No, he does not. He just slots straight in behind us. We see Trenny boxing only after 10 laps on the hard compounds, as we see Windows try to have a look here. No, he does not. So I don't know if Trenny that was an organised pit stop, but I don't know if that was a pit stop, because I'm pretty sure he can do it. Yeah, it was not an organised. Oh, Robbie's actually got no front wing.
Oh no.
So when did that happen? As we see Svit now on the rear.
I mean, this track you don't really need a front wing.
Well, no, you don't. But like, still, it looked pretty funny that it was just a speedboat going around.
It's still turning that boat.
Yeah, he's not doing a bad job though, with no front wing. And you see he's holding up Svit massively here, and there's no overtaking opportunities till the end of the middle sector. Unless he just wants to absolutely send it into the hairpin, but you can see he's trying to shape up his exit here. He has actually got a way better exit than Robbie here. Robbie seems to go defensive here, which will disable Svit from going for an overtake. Svit is losing a lot of time here, and he needs to go.
It's like there's a bit of
what will he do here? Oh, it's a bit of a yellow flag. Oh, sorry. Windows has actually gotten... Windows and Snoopaloop going side by side as well. Oh, Windows goes around the outside. Lovely move there.
Trenny... What happens? What's going on with Trenny?
Trenny boxed. He got front wing damage.
Okay. I think he got damaged again, actually. Might have hit a wall coming out of the pits.
He may have, because, yeah, cold tires are terrible here. But Windows is very quick at the moment. But you gotta remember, he actually hit the wall there on the exit.
He's all over the back of Philly now.
Yeah, he is using that entire battery. Doesn't seem to be very smart with the ERS.
I think Philly's made the right call here. Just let him overuse this battery.
And you gotta remember that he is on the mediums. He has been 7 laps. He's still got 8 laps to go. So he's gonna be struggling on that compound. He's doing well to push heavy now, but he's gonna really regret that towards the end of the race. As I don't know when Stormlad's planning on pitting, as you can see he's losing time now, and Nico seems to actually be in the 1 second of him now. So Nico with the tyre advantage and the I'm gonna say the skill advantage is now looking to try and overtake Stormlad. It seemed to be that he'll try to shape up an overtake on the main straight, being so powerful through this middle sector, as we see here. Already gained well over about 2 temps in that one corner, or 3 temps in that one corner alone. So Nico now will have to try and get past Stormlad to be able to push after Panache, who will be struggling towards the end of this race.
I mean,
because we actually haven't overtake.
I mean, if you look at Stormlad's pace, I think that's a good example for Panache, that he can take it to about lap 15, 16 and be okay.
As we see,
he will struggle against the hard runners a little bit, but I think he's got a bit of a buffer that should help him. About 3 seconds.
Yeah, and as you were talking, by the way, I think Crossdog and Manitin have been going at it. They've been having a really good battle, not for points, but just for bragging rights, I guess. They quite far behind, actually only 5 seconds from Bevo, and you got to remember Robbie has not a front wing intact, but he's pretty fast down those straights, and Svit seems to be Does Severe have damage? Yeah, he does. Severe actually has quite a heavy load of damage to his front wing.
He's been hitting the wall a lot
Nico's actually
today.
gotten past Stormlad there, as I expected. So Nico moved up into P2. A lovely overtake there, and yeah, you can see Stormlad very much struggling with the degradation of the tyres. And now 2.4 seconds is the gap to Panache here. Will Stormlad try to have an overtake here? Savit's actually boxed, but Robbie stays out with no front wing. So
I mean, it's gone pretty fast. With no front
he's
wing.
in the points. He's in the points. So like, I got to give it to him. Like, he doesn't care. And old mate James, who was up there beforehand around the top, what was it like 4, now is only about P8 and about 3 seconds off Robbie. Yeah, a lot of spreading out the field now. Trenny massively behind, about 31 seconds. So yeah, his race is not that best. And Rebelitz has finally got someone in front of him after that massive gap to Manatin and Crossdog. Oh, Severe on cold tyres. Let's see what Rebelitz can do here. Go Rebelitz, mate. What is Severe doing? Rebelitz goes for an overtake here. And gets the move done down the inside.
And goes through the escape road.
He goes through the escape road. Oh, he's done Ricardo. What's he going to do here? That's how you do a 360. Good job. Oh, never mind. Oh. We'll just leave him there for the time being.
Well,
So Nico now, the gap 2.2 seconds to Panache has gained a bit of time. But Stormlight's actually not losing that much than we expected. So Stormlight's actually keeping up really good pace, or has Nico got damage? Oh, so we've got a yellow flag. It seems to be Robbie, who the no wing warrior, who's actually reversing. Hopefully he doesn't impede his teammate. Oh, as he slaps the barrier there. Maybe out of anger, maybe not. I think he'll just let his teammate through here. And here comes Crossdog, so hopefully he can hold up the rivals for his teammate, which would be lovely. Yeah, as saying, by the way, was Philly and Snooperloop, when did this happen? Because Snooperloop's picked up some pace in the past few laps. He might actually look to go for an overtake here.
yeah, but he's got no battery left.
Era. Yeah.
I mean, if I were him, I would just be saving for a few laps.
If I was Snoop, I think I would just realise that maybe I'm faster than Philly. I'm going to play mind games with him and just see what I can do. Because you can see here, Philly is struggling on the hards, but also is not struggling with the ERS. But Snoop is the complete and utter opposite. He's very quick, but has barely any ERS. But I think you can see here, Philly might have damage. So I don't know, but Snoop just seems to be way quicker than him at the moment. So maybe Snoop just found that. But also gives him a bit of a love kiss through the castle section here. It's actually the top 5.
Yeah.
Actually quite close.
Oh, Panache made a mistake. He just lost 6 tenths to Nico.
Panache has made a very big mistake there. Snoopaloop has actually gone past Philly there. So Philly might have made a mistake while we clicked away. Maybe that's strategic to be able to get DRS down the main straight, but I don't know. I don't know if Philly's actually got damage because he's struggling massively through those corners. So I hope Philly, after he's really good from P17 to P6, he can get a few more positions. But yeah, Snoop just way quicker through those corners now and seems to be pulling away. So we actually got a yellow flag.
McLaren is in the wall at the castle section.
So yeah, Robbie. Oh, he's got to be careful.
He's beached. He's beached. No, he's not. Lucky for him, he can reverse.
No, he's all good. He's just taking an F1 car.
Mr. No front wing is doing okay.
Yeah, he's doing all right. Also, Vit now on the rear end of Manatin, looking to try to have an overtake here. Does he try to look into the final corner? No, he's not. But Manatin goes a bit deep there. So we've got a safety car. Where's this come from? So Panache now is out of trouble.
Do you go on the softs or do you go in the... I would go in the mediums.
I think you would go on soft. Safety car is going to be in lap 23. As we see Crossdog gets past Bevo there. As it seems to be that Crossdog's staying out. Because you've got to remember he boxed for mediums only a few laps ago.
The thing is, if Panache pits, he will drop to about P4.
Yeah, but Nico, you got to remember track position is actually quite key around here. You've only got, well,
I think it's not that bad because you can overtake really easily here because of the 2 straights.
But you got to remember, if someone's on old compound and they just burn their ERS off with like 3 laps to go, you can't really do much. You can just sit behind them. So like, I don't know. I think Panache Stormlad also done brilliant. He stayed out 17 laps on those mediums. Those mediums.
I think the top 4 will all pit.
Yeah. Those tyres are just really bold. Stormlad's tyres are destroyed, but he's driven well.
If I was Snooper, I'd probably do the opposite of the guys in front of me.
Who's Snoop?
Yeah.
I think he's been quick all day, and I don't know what he might. But
It's just a hard one because
we've also got everyone. We've got Robbie Reblitz, Trenny, who also all come out just nearly not getting lapped.
there is no DRS for the rest of the race because the pack is so split.
We will have DRS down the main straight on the final lap and the second lap and the second corner straight.
Panache, Nico in, Stormland in, Windows in. Yeah, Panache keeps first place by the looks of things. Snooper Loop in, Philly in. Old mate James, what are you doing? Will he come in?
Old mate James. Sorry, I thought he didn't box, but yeah. Everyone
all soft runners.
Soft compound. So yeah, Philly had massive damage, by the way.
Wow, he's driving pretty well considering then.
He had half a front wing, it shows, as I've just seen him come into the pits. So yeah, he definitely did have damage. But
and he doesn't lose anything out of that, which is actually great.
Crossdog stays out.
That's...
So Crossdog's gonna...
that might be actually a great move or a terrible move, I don't know.
There's no in between as we see. Will Old Mate James be able to get Svit here on the exit here? It's gonna be... Oh...
Nah.
So close here. Nah, Svit got him in the end. But you gotta remember that Svit is on old mediums compared to brand new fresh softs out of the factory. So this is gonna be an absolute... Well, I want to say exciting, but it's gonna be a carnage end to the race. So, Mez, what have we debriefed on this race? We've got 4 runners at the moment, HK, Churi, Hawk Trail, and Nameless. What are your thoughts going towards the end of this race?
Well, it's going to be an absolute hectic mayhem, chaos, whatever word you want to use. Find the adjectives to describe what's going to happen with the top 6. I don't think Crossdog's going to be in it, realistically speaking, with the 7-lap-old mediums. But I think everyone's going to send it. There's going to be dive bombs and probably a lot of broken hearts towards the end of the race.
Yeah, and I think I might check right now, since we've got a bit of a break towards all the racing, is the track limit warnings to see what people actually... So we'll just check Panache first. Panache is running on only 1 warning, so you can't really get track limit warnings here. Nico, on the other hand, no warnings, so he's doing alright for himself. And Stormlad, 0 warnings. So it seems to be not many people getting warnings here. I think the only corner to actually get warnings is that hairpin going into the castle section. But yeah, so track limit penalties don't seem like they're going to take any play in this, unlike other tracks like Australia and the USA. So it's basically just going to be who's going to be the best driver at the end of this race, to be honest. There's no penalties involved. Well, as we know
not among the front runners, no.
No, but it's just going to be like a grueling battle to see.
I'm keen to see the last lap onto the finish line. I want to see 6 wide. I want to see all of them in a line.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting end to the race.
Apex, you got to put yourself on D&D.
Yeah.
Unlikely for the safety car to come in this lap with Trenny being so far back. We might only get 2 laps of racing with no DRS.
So we will be getting safety car in this end of the lap. I'm just trying to see if Trenny will be actually able to catch back up, as he's got a big way to be able to catch back up. Do you think safety car will stay out to lap 24, or do you think it's got to come in at the end of the lap?
I think Trenny is really far back, so...
Yeah, and I don't think he'll be able to catch up. Knowing the safety car is out of that castle section, that's the slowest part of the track, I don't think there's any chance for Trenny to be able to catch up, and that's pretty much the end of this race, pretty much. Yes, I think we're about to get confirmation. Just waiting for that. As no, the safety car is not in at the end of this lap, so we are waiting on Trini. So yeah, I'll be out for one more lap, which means no DRS for the end of this race. So it's just going to be how you manage the ERS.
By the way, Apex, you put yourself on idle, not DND.
I know. I'm sorry, I suck at Discord.
Trini's got to catch up. He's 30 seconds off the Reblets, so might be a while until he catches up.
Yeah, and he's going to be using all that tire grip off those softs, so... It was Man of Tin's actually boxing. So I think Man of Tin's realised... And so is Reblet. So Man of Tin and Reblet realised... Oh, wait. Like, you know... The safety car's still out for one more lap. Why don't I just box into a fresh set of softs? You're giving me a free opportunity here. And Man of Tin is taking that. I don't know why Reblet is in, though. Well, I think he just wants the freshest compound out of everyone.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair enough. They're not losing any positions. Yeah. So.
He's losing no positions, and knowing that everyone else's tyres are going to be 2 laps old, and you're probably going to be about 10%. Reblet's, on the other hand, is going to have 1% and might be able to get that more grip towards the end of the race. But I don't know. There's only 2 laps. If it was like a 5-lap sprint, I would, like, you know, recommend it. But it's only 2 laps, so I don't know what Reblet's playing. That was he's on cold tyres, nearly hit the wall. So is Man of Tin. See cold tyres here, very grueling. As Trenny pushing absolute hell at the moment, trying to catch back up to the pack as he might be able to catch up. So yeah, safety car definitely in at the end of this lap. So it'll be a very interesting fight towards the end.
2 laps of full battery dump as well. I think whoever has enough ERS to use on the final lap, on that final straight, very likely will get a lot of overtakes.
I think the only place to be able to pretty much overtake would be the first corner or turn 3.
Yeah.
Because like, or just you got to save your ERS just in case someone had pretend Philly for like for instance, he's done incredible on his ERS all day. Like, there's no denying the fact that he has been probably one of the top ERS savers. And you see how powerful it was compared to Snoop. How he could basically Snoop just was defenseless trying to get overtake him, realizing he's only got like 9%. So if everyone dumps it on like, there we go, we get confirmation. If everyone dumps it on lap, oh, it's a bit of bumping there. If everyone dumps it on like lap 25, then Philly or anyone who saved it for lap 26 might be able to get you to the line like Valtteri Bottas. So very interesting finish line here at Baku, knowing it's such a long straight. But yeah, here we go.
All right, Panache leading the way. Nico, Stormlad, Windows, Snoopy, Philly all behind on the similar compound. Panache would like to restart this as late as possible to get the least amount of slipstream available to the guys behind him.
He's going to do a late getaway, so I think he's just trying to make the time go as long as possible. Nico right up his rear, and Panache is going right to the line.
It's perfect. This is
there
how
he goes.
This is textbook stuff.
And Philly's already got Snoop.
Oh, there's already a yellow flag at the back. Philly is gone. No?
Philly, no. Windows has just gotten past Stormlad, by the way. It was Old Mate James and Sphere is a lot.
Oh, the
Old Mate James
the Tauri onto the Alfa Romeo. Old Mate James copying it from Snoop. Was it Philly or Crossdog? I think it was Crossdog.
He actually got through, not cleanly, but he got through. As we see Snoopalip go down the inside of Philly there. Oh, as Philly clouts the wall. Still holding it in. It seems to be that Philly is actually one out there. So everyone's getting the elbows out towards the end of the race. Also, we have another yellow flag. Oh, see, 2 McLarens
the
gone backwards
McLarens are a trouble magnet today. They just cannot point the car in the right way for majority of the race.
And Man of Tin and Reblets have just been stuck to each other all race.
Oh my god, Windows is pushing Nico through.
And so is Nico on Panache. This is an awesome battle for the top spot.
So close.
We have another yellow flag. I think it's just a McLaren. I think it's Man of Tin actually. Oh, poor Man of Tin. He was about to get points as well. Yeah, Nico, will he try to have a look in? No, he will not. He's got less ERS than Panache. Windows also the same ERS. This is going to be an interesting final lap. Oh, as we see Panache gets a little bit wide there. This is going to help Nico out. He actually gets a better exit. Nico already dumping the ERS.
Panache isn't dumping. Panache isn't dumping. Now he is.
Panache is, yep. So also, just like to mention, Nico's down to 40%. these two are just like both just dumping. I think Nico's gonna have less ERS. I think Panash's gonna stop dumping now because realize that Nico's not dumping. Nico's down to 33%, and there's not gonna be no overtakes there. Or as we see, I think Nico got a little bit unstable on the curbs there. But yeah, it's a final lap here. It's do or die for a few many drivers. This is Nico 2 tenths separating the lead at the moment. This
is where you dump it. This is where you dump it.
Racing. Here he goes. Will he try
He's got to go for an overtake now. He doesn't have... Oh no. He's saving it for the last straight.
Yeah, that's definitely where he's going to use it. See, he's right.
Oh, Windows is a good opportunity to capitalize. If one of those two goes for a dive bomb or something, he can easily...
actually side by side here.
Oh, this is not a smart move, not a smart play to go side by side through here. You're just compromising yourself and allowing others to catch up.
And Windows is right there to pick up the scraps because something might happen here.
Oh, he got tapped in the rear
pushing
end.
Nico. Oh, is that Philly's gone into the wall there on the background and Snoop's actually overtaken him. And also look who's joined. Stormlad is also there. And Stormlad with a little bit less ERS than most people, but Windows has got the most here. This Philly gets a 3-second time penalty, but oh, Panache goes a bit wide here. Here goes Nico. Just go have a look down the inside here. What will happen here? Oh, they make contact.
Oh,
he puts him in the wall.
Oh, AlphaTauri in the wall.
Philly. Oh, sorry. Was that Philly? No, that wasn't an AlphaTauri. Who was that? Oh, it was Windows. Yeah, Nico's actually gotten past Panache here. Panache is pushing him through.
Yeah, but Nico's got no ERS left. But I think...
Panache is actually having to lift right now because he's got damage. Here we go. He's got the slipstream. He pulls to the left. Oh, as Nico moves slightly.
Let's go,
he actually gets him to the line.
Bias, let's go. Oh, that was insane. Nico just sending it with no ERS. ERS manager was quite poor there. And
Rebelist actually comes home with points.
Wow, well
after
done.
And Savit, not the race.
Sorry,
I didn't,
third,
I didn't mean to ruin your
fourth. Old mate James secures points for the AlphaTauri. The 2 Alfa Romeos in 6 and 7 respectively. Wow, Rebels in the points as you said. Robbie at least got 2 points for the McLaren after a dreadful race from the pair.
So that was Novice Baku. It was a bit scruffy, but yeah, that was eventful. Is the best way to say it. So we've crossed dog driver of the day. In my honest opinion, I think I got to give driver of the day
Panache?
to
I'm gonna get to Panache.
Of course, you're giving it to Panache.
I mean, he had a great strategy and managed to hold P1 through all that cluster. So
yeah, it's actually flawless. Secured fastest lap by quite a lot towards the end, knowing that everyone else is battling up in front of him, and Snoop going fourth with the what's it called? Yeah, just staying behind, and it's actually got him the fastest lap in a few.
Extra point. Is it 2 points or 1 point?
It's 1 point. Yeah, we'll just have a look at race director. Have a look at the strategy, as we've got the infamous tranny strategy: the medium, medium, hard, soft, medium, soft, soft. That definitely won him the race. Love you, tranny.
Most pit stops in a race ever, 6, and it was not wet.
Who was that from?
Tranny. 6.
Oh, I've seen some people do like 7.
Oh my god, there's not enough space around the tyre compound to fit in that column, bro.
Here's just the race director. No, there's a few today.
There's a lot of warnings, a lot of bumper cars going on.
Yeah, a lot of collisions.
So the FIA, good luck to you guys, because there's a lot of front wings that you gotta go through and check how they got damaged.
Yeah, we've also got Philly. It seems to have gotten 2 track limit warnings. Oh no, 3 actually on the final lap. So Philly will definitely be a bit peed off by that. So we see. And then, yeah, we just got all our pit stops here.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's just the race director. If anyone needs to come back to it, needs to look for any collisions. But yeah, that was the end of the race. What would your final comments be?
Oh, that was insane. I knew it was going to be insane the last lap, but it looked like it was between Panache and Nico instead of the other 5 or 6 rather. They couldn't get any closer than that. It got really dicey towards the end, the last corner, last real corner, where Nico just dived down the side, took the curb in its entirety, and still managed not to kill Panache, which was actually incredible.
Yeah. So we'll just head to an advert and then we'll head to the interviews. All right, so we'll head to the interviews now to discuss the race with some fellow other drivers. So I think the first person that we all know, Mez, who's wanting to bring in is Panache, our race winner.
Give me a sec.
We'll bring him up into the... Do you want to just bring him up?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find Panache. Hello, Panache.
Hello.
In the comms. Great race, bro. Great race.
Yeah, it was good.
Rooting for you in the com box.
Yeah.
How was it? How was the feeling in those last 2 laps?
Yeah, it was intense. I was sweating. Nico really applied the pressure. Pity about the dive bomb, but the over the finish line was fun.
I was a bit worried when you dive bombed you because I thought you took some damage there.
I did, yeah. I lost the front wing.
Yeah, it looked like you had to lift off through the S's.
Yeah.
And you almost swallowed up by the guys behind you.
Yeah. But I rang a pretty low wing setup, so
yeah,
it works well here. It's a hot tip.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
What about the rest of the race for you?
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. I tried to stay on the hards. The hards were okay, actually. They're quite a good race tire. And the softs went off. I mean, the number of safety cars was just ridiculous, so... Yeah, it wasn't really racing the first half. It sort of turned into the last half.
I think we counted about 4 or 5 actual green flag laps.
Yeah, it was very frustrating. You sort of just get going, you get a bit of a gap, and then you have to fight again. So yeah, it was. And then on the hards, the warm up every time, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel the pain.
Yeah.
As we were saying in the box though, but yeah, I thought when I think it was the third. Sorry, there's so many safety cars. When the third came out, you had a really good strategy, and I could see that you could definitely challenge for the win. In fact, towards the end with Nico, being on the hard soft strat. the hard medium strat. Yeah. But that safety car that came out lap 10, did you think like my strat's gone? Because there was no way that you could have gone to the end 17 laps.
No. I was debating whether to pit, and then I decided that if I had to go med, I'd still end up in top 3. So I think that's what I sort of settled for at that time. Praying for a late safety car, which I got, which was good.
And I think we realised once that late safety car came out that you just had really good pace. Even on those old mediums, you were able to get past Stormlad. Stormlad actually had really good pace on 17 odd laps.
Yeah, he did. He did. That's what made me think I could actually make it to the end almost. Was the fact that he did 14. Mind you, a lot of those were under safety cars, so...
fair point. Yeah. But nah.
Yep.
Holding off towards the end, a bit of an optimistic dive by Nico, but you would expect that heading towards the end of a race. You got to remember it's last lap. Some people really want that winner's trophy, but then I thought it was all and over after you got that front wing damage, couldn't even do the S's flat. Yeah. But we all knew there would definitely be some tickets posted, but no, you got him towards the end, so I guess that kind of rubs salt in the wound, I guess. But still to win today after a pretty hectic, reminded me of the 2017 Azerbaijan Grand Prix. But that was a pretty long and gruesome.
It was.
Race,
it was.
To come out on top. Awesome job,
Thank
and
you.
I definitely know that Mez has been supporting you in this box the entire night.
Thanks, mate.
Biased Aston Martin supporter.
Alright, thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Take it easy.
Cheers, man.
Alright, Nico. Let's see if I can get Nico in here.
Nico's... I can't find him.
No, he's not in the call. Anyone you would like to get in?
Snoopaloop.
Snoopaloop. Ferrari, yes?
Is there...
Ferrari.
I'm just trying to have a look. There's no... There's no Storm Lad, so I think the closest person is actually Snoopaloop, so we'll just grab him up.
I'll just make sure he's streaming at the moment.
Yeah. Check my little...
I thought,
Hello, interview.
Hello. How are we?
Not bad. How was the race for you, sir?
It's pretty hectic. A lot of safety cars. I felt like we did half of that race under safety car conditions. So.
A good chunk of it, a good chunk of it. I think the first 10 laps are all yellow flags.
Yeah, so it's hard to keep switching on and off under the safety car and having to come back again and try and defend, especially with the setups. I know that the guys behind me were running a lower wing, so it's just one of those things. I just had to dig in and see how it went.
Yeah, good stuff. You had a long, hard battle with, I think, an Alfa Romeo. Was it Philly?
Yeah, it was Philly, yeah. It was good. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. So, it's a good race. It's good to finish. That's the main thing. So we get some points in the bank. Got the fastest lap too. I don't know if anyone ended up beating it at the end.
No, you got it.
I was just a little bit I tried to use a bit. I probably used a bit too much battery on that last lap than I should have, because with that mistake that those guys had, I could have had a run down the back straight. But hindsight's a beautiful thing, isn't it? So,
I think it's a lesson to take on for future races. Like ERS management is actually, really important in races like this.
Yeah, and I guess it's one of those things like, if I sort of counted on, I felt like I did what I needed to do to keep with them. The guys ahead, Panache, Nico, Windows, Storm, and Philly, they were all absolutely on it. So it is what it is. We still got a P4, which was really nice, and a consistent race, which is good. Haven't been the most consistent this season. So, we're just looking to tie some things up and make our way up in the constructors.
Yeah, nice work. Got some good points for Ferrari.
Yeah, it's good. Cheers.
Yeah.
Following from Mezga's comments, you were basically like the shadow today. Like you just stuck around, and to be honest, it kind of paid off. P4 in the end. Did you think you could maybe challenge like the top guys at all, or did you just didn't think you had the pace today?
Early on, I felt really, really good. We were sort of just ticking along. Everything seemed to be going okay, but just with, like I mentioned earlier, with all those yellow cards, not yellow cards. I've been watching too much World Cup soccer. The safety cars. It was just one of those things where it probably just caught me off guard every time we had to restart. I was focusing on trying to get a really good restart to keep everyone behind me. So, but I enjoyed the race. That was the main thing. And it seemed that Philly gave me a lot of racing room when I was battling Panache. So I really enjoyed the battle today with all of the guys that I got alongside with.
We caught you a few times having a good battles, but like I said before, you did drive like awesome today. It's sad that you missed out just on the podium, but I think maybe there might be a few FIA decisions that might come, so don't doubt that you might maybe go podium. If probably saw what happened on the last lap, there's a bit of an optimistic dive by Nico, so that might be investigated.
Yeah, wow.
For the race. So but you just were there all day. You had really good pace during the I think it was the hard stint, like after the third safety car. I don't even know how many there was.
Yeah, there was a lot, wasn't
it? You had really good pace. You got past Philly, and Philly I think grabbed damage, and then we were able to push. But then last safety car came out, and that's what bunched all the field up. But there's nothing really bad I can say today. You just, like I was saying before, I think you were driving really cautious towards the start because you knew that it was a bit of a marathon, not a sprint. If you just kept that front wing on, you would have realised that maybe I can do well here. So I think you really looked into the future, and it paid off today. So awesome job, man.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks, mate. I really just you're spot on. That's what the game was today, was just to get to the end, get to the final 10, and that's where we could hopefully do a little bit of damage. And we got lucky, a few spinners, a few little. Like you said, whatever happened with Nico and Panache and Windows and stuff. So, just to gain a few little goodies, and we'll move on to next week, go to Canada.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and
good race, and hopefully good luck at Canada.
Cool.
You and the Ferrari team.
Yeah, hopefully.
You just cut out. I'm going to send you back to the Ferrari chat, and we'll probably wrap up the interviews here.
We'll just put it back there.
Yeah.
We'll just wrap up the. Sorry, let me just grab.